Hey, do you guys feel like your life is completely out of control? I felt like that a year and a half ago, and let me tell you, with these 8 tips that I'm going to share with you guys, I completely transformed my life. I transformed my mental health, my physical health, my entire world changed. So if you guys are interested in doing that too, stay tuned because I have 8 super tips for you. Welcome back to Thrive in Design. I am your host, Blair Cho. I am passionate about helping women all across the world reframe their minds, redesign their spaces, helping them be the best version of themselves they can be and live their dream lives. So if you need a reset on your physical space or your mental space, I got you. So today I'm going to be sharing 8 tips with you guys that completely transformed my life over the past year and a half. I cannot stress how much these changed my life. Like, I literally did a 180. It was nuts. I am living my best life now. I feel happy. I feel at peace. I feel calm. I feel centered, grounded. I'm able to emotionally regulate and handle my triggers a lot better. So I'm going to go through these tips with you guys. I have my notes here in front of me, and hopefully you guys will get some help from this. If you have any questions, leave them in the chat box down below, and I'll be glad to answer them. Tip 1, positive affirmations. So positive affirmations, saying them repeatedly to yourself, can literally rewire or recreate the neural pathways in your brain. If you say something often enough, your brain will start to believe it. Your subconscious, honestly, does not know the difference between real and fake. So it only knows what you're telling it. So if you tell your subconscious every day, I am a happy, joyous person, your subconscious is going to believe that, and you're going to begin to project that into the world. So what I actually did was I took a chalk marker, wrote all over my bathroom mirror some of my favorite affirmations, and I look at them every time I'm in my bathroom. So in the mornings when I'm getting ready, in the afternoons after work, at night before I go to bed, I'm constantly seeing these positive affirmations that are personalized to me, and telling yourself, like I said, over and over again, repeating these positive affirmations will change your life. There is a great author, Louise Hay, Hay. She has tons of books out there with examples of positive affirmations. She has one specifically about how positive affirmations can heal different parts of your body. So if you have back pain, she has positive affirmations for that. If you have a kidney stone, she has positive affirmations for that. It is life-changing. I tell you, like, studies have shown this stuff works. Trust me, try it. I've seen some people take sticky notes and put them all over the place. Some people put them in the notes app on their phone and repeat them all day. Some people do audio recordings of themselves saying them and play them every day. Any way you want to do it is fine, as long as you're telling yourself that over and over and over again, or on a consistent basis every day. The next tip that I have for you guys that changed my life is expressing gratitude. So when I say expressing gratitude, I don't mean, oh, I'm so thankful that I made $1 million. Okay, that would be great, but that's not realistic for most people. You want to learn to be grateful for the simple things in life. Make a journal or buy a journal, create a list every day before you go to bed of 3 things that you're grateful for from that day. It's going to be things like, or mine are typically things like, I'm grateful that I was able to take a hot shower today. I'm grateful that I had a hot cup of coffee. I'm grateful for that delicious matcha that I made this morning. I'm grateful that I have a car that can get me where I need to go. I'm grateful that I have money to put gas in my tank today. I'm grateful for the sunshine. I'm grateful for the beautiful weather. Any little thing can help you reframe your mindset and see the positive in life. Gratitude is so important. Again, studies have shown just how important gratitude is in changing your overall mindset, and I 100% believe that. Even if you're not writing it down, Think about it throughout the day. Think, man, that coffee was awesome. I am so grateful for that. Or, wow, there was no traffic on the way to work this morning. That is awesome. I am so grateful for that. Anytime that you express gratitude, be it out loud or to yourself, is going to help you tremendously. The next tip is to pray. Pray every day. So a lot of people get turned off when you say the word pray. And I get it. I get it. I was raised in the Catholic Church. I used to hate going to Mass. My sister and I were really forced into it. We did our first communion. We were baptized in the Catholic Church. My parents are what I would call holiday Catholics. So, we went to Christmas Eve Mass or we went to Easter Mass. We were not at Mass every Sunday, that's for sure. My dad made us go to the Catholic Sunday school called CCD. I hated it. He would literally drop me off at CCD. I would go in the building. As soon as his truck left, I would walk across the street to the playground at the other church, hang out for the hour, come back. He would pick me up. Never knew the difference. But the thing with Catholic Church is it's really strict. It drove me up the wall. It really beats into you the notion of God and Jesus and all this kind of stuff. So I consider myself to have a sort of religious trauma. I am not comfortable using the word God. I am not comfortable praying to God. For many, many years, I consider myself an atheist because I was so out of touch with the whole God thing and just organized religion in general. But as I got older and developed my spirituality more, which we're going to touch on next, I realized that I do believe in like a higher power, something beyond the physical realm that you and I can see and touch and feel. So whether you want to pray to universe, source, spirit, the divine, whatever you call it, if you feel comfortable calling it God, go for it, to each their own. But I pray typically to the universe every day. That's what I feel comfortable saying. That's what I align with and vibe with. And so that's what I do. So prayer doesn't have to be, you with your hands together, kneeling by your bed at night, praying to baby Jesus. It does not have to be like that at all. That is not what mine is. Anytime you get a quiet moment, or not even a quiet moment, but anytime you can think to yourself a simple prayer, asking for help, do it. A super simple prayer that I say to myself all day long that I got from Gabby Bernstein, my favorite author, is I welcome help. I just say that every time I need a little boost or every time I'm going to bed or struggling to wake up in the morning. I welcome help. Just say it to yourself in your mind. It makes a world of difference. One of my favorite quotes by Gabby Bernstein is, when you think you've surrendered, surrender more. So basically what that means is you're surrendering, you're putting your faith in the universe, God, whatever it is you believe in. You know that they are working out in your favor and that they are doing what's best for you. What's meant to be for you will happen. I truly believe that. My life, sometimes I didn't get what I want, but looking back, they were unanswered prayers. So, blessings in disguise, I would call them. So if I didn't get the boyfriend, okay, no big deal. It sucked at the time, but looking back, it didn't matter because I found my husband and he was perfect. So I found the love I was looking for, just not with the person that I initially thought it was going to be with. The next thing that ties into praying is to become more spiritually diverse, become more spiritually involved, learn to trust the universe, learn to put faith in the universe, learn to connect with something spiritually. There is, like I said, I believe a higher power outside of our human experience. And I also believe in reincarnation, and I believe when you are put into your current human experience that you sign a soul contract with the universe before you're placed here. So your soul contract can be from anything like, I want to, in this human experience, in this time of human experience, I want to learn to be a more forgiving person. Or it could be something like, during this time in my human experience, I want to learn to amass greater amounts of wealth. Anything like that can be your soul contract. The soul contract that you sign is what determines the specific circumstances that you're born into. So if you were born with shitty parents, that is an obstacle for you to learn to overcome. That is part of your soul contract, and you will, hopefully thrive, learn how to overcome your obstacles, and fulfill your soul contract. That is your purpose of being placed into the current human experience. Next time you reincarnate, it's going to be something completely different. You're going to build each time on, what you learned in the past lifetime. We don't remember, of course, what our soul contracts are. Typically, we come onto Earth and we're like, oh my God, it sucks. My parents are mean. Life's not fair. But ultimately, those are things that we agree to with the universe to learn to combat and overcome and improve upon, to reach the highest good, reach what we need and what we deserve out of life. And ultimately, I think that we all deserve everything. We all deserve the best. Listen, a year and a half ago, I would not be saying this stuff to you guys. I would be like, life sucks. The world sucks. I'm so depressed. I'm so anxious. I'm so down. I was such a pessimist. My parents will tell you, like, I was so negative. I had the worst outlook. Nothing good was ever going to happen to me or for me. My life was terrible. I was never grateful for anything. Everything sucked. I never had enough. My life, through these 8 things that I'm going through with you guys now, changed. My perspective on life, my circumstances, everything has changed so much. Like, I cannot tell you how much my life has changed. These tips are literally life-changing hacks. If you need to change your life and you're desperate, like I was, start implementing these things and you will see changes almost immediately. I promise. I swear. Leave the comment down below about what change you want to implement first. And once you implement it, come back and let me know how it worked. I'd love to hear. The next thing I did was I started taking more time for self-care. So self-care doesn't necessarily mean like you get a manicure, pedicure every week. Like, if that's your thing, cool, go for it. But it can be things like taking 10 minutes before bed every night to read a chapter of your favorite book, or taking a bath when your muscles ache, or taking time. Like, one thing I do, I take time when I get up for work in the morning. I wake up 10 minutes early so that I can have time to put my makeup on, because that makes me feel more put together that day. I put my makeup on, read my affirmations that are on my bathroom mirror. I pick a cute outfit. I load myself down with perfume because I love to smell myself throughout the day when it's something good, for sure. Those are things that I do that make myself feel better, and it really helps. I make sure that I do everything, showers, I shave, I exfoliate, I do all this stuff because that makes me feel good. I'm not doing it for other people or for external validation. That is a no-go. You have to do what you're doing to make yourself feel good and make yourself happy. That is self-care, when you are taking care of yourself and your own needs. One other practice of self-care is to set boundaries and learn to say no to things that drain you. I heard a really good quote the other day, and I actually put this in another video that's upcoming, but it says, when you say yes to everyone else, you are saying no to yourself. Stop that. Stop doing that. Start saying yes to yourself and no to things that drown you. Your world will change. I promise. I promise. I actually came out with an ebook. It'll be listed down below. It is free, 100%. It's called Self-Care Isn't Selfish, a busy mom's guilt-free guide to prioritizing herself. It is chock full of good information, evidence-based stuff, what self-care means, how you should implement it or how you could implement it. practical self-care strategies, ideas. I've got like 50 some ideas in there of easy, tiny, micro steps, like 2 minute, 5 minute things that you can do to make the world better for you, to take care of yourself and heal your soul. You have got to heal from the inside out, or you will never be healed. You know what I mean? It starts on the inside. If your soul is not healed, it doesn't matter what you do to your body or what you look like on the outside, how much plastic surgery you have, how many different outfits you buy. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you feel healed and whole on the inside. That is where your world starts changing. Trust me. The sixth tip that I have for you guys is learn to love yourself. So again, kind of going back, we touched on external validation. That's a no-go. You need to validate yourself, learn to love yourself, accept yourself, forgive yourself. You deserve to be at peace. You deserve to be loved, be cared for. You ultimately are the only person that has been there through everything you've gone through in your life. You should be your own best friend. One thing that I try to remember to do is, everybody talks to themselves in their head, has thoughts, thinks about things that they've done, things that they've said, like, oh my God, that was so embarrassing. Stop right now. Talk to yourself like you're talking to your best friend. Would you tell your best friend that what she did was just so horrible? Would you tell your best friend that what she did was so embarrassing and people are never going to forget that and you can't believe she did that? No, you wouldn't. You'd be boosting her up, trying to make her feel better, comforting her, letting her know that it's no big deal. So what, you tripped in the parking lot? No big deal. People are too worried about what they're doing to focus on what you're doing. No need to ruminate on it and think about it over and over again. Stop. Talk to yourself like you're your own best friend. Trust me, learning to love yourself is a huge step in the healing process. That is like the goal, the pinnacle of the whole thing. If you learn to love yourself, respect yourself, and trust yourself and forgive yourself, you will be a different person. Oh my gosh. Okay, honestly, I'm still in the process of learning to love every part of me, but I am getting there. One of the things that I found was I recently read, again, Gabby Bernstein, her new book that just came out called Self-Help. Self with a capital S. It discusses internal family systems, or IFS, which is a therapy method that was created by a therapist. I believe his name was Dick Schwartz. And basically what it is inside of you, you have a family of all these different parts. You may have your angry part, you may have your distrustful part, you may have your scared part, and behind it all is yourself with a capital S. So yourself is like the regulating energy, the part that makes everything feel safe, all your family members safe, the part that protects you and cares for you. But to find self and let self help you, you have to learn, first of all, what your parts are. You have to identify them, and you have to learn to accept them. Gabby says that there are 6 C's that when you realize a part of yourself, that you should apply to that part. So I cannot remember all of them. I'm sorry, but I know they are curiosity, compassion, can't remember the rest, whatever. It doesn't matter. So when you realize a part about yourself, I do this through journaling. I opened up my journal. I literally sat there. I read the book. I looked at her journal prompts and I just started writing, just started brain dumping. So many things came up for me. 3 specific parts came out for me, and I talked about them with my therapist recently. I learned so much. So these parts that you develop over time are based on experiences, typically from your youth, when you were younger, and as you've grown up, they've been more ingrained in you to protect you, quote unquote. So if you have like a angry part, maybe that angry part comes out because it's trying to protect you from feeling hurt. You see what I'm saying? So the first C, when you realize that you have a part, or when you realize that that part is starting to be triggered and become activated, you become curious about that part. Look at it, think about it, ask it what it needs. What does this angry part of me need to feel safe? You need to show it compassion. That's the next C word. Tell it that it's okay, that it is safe, that you are taking care of it. Say, thank you for working so hard to protect me for so long, but I've got this now. I don't need you to work so hard anymore. It's time to take a break. That gives way for your self energy to come through. Again, self with a capital S. It's the book Self-Help by Gabby Bernstein. Check it out. It's on Amazon, like Barnes & Noble, every bookseller. It is amazing. I finish her books. I have all her books. And I think she has like 10. I sit down. I just cannot stop reading. Like, I love them so much. Gabby, you're the best. The next thing I did was I got sober. So this is a tough one for me. I have been sober since November 2023, the day after Thanksgiving that November. So I was, for years and years, since I was 18 years old and went away to college, a huge drinker. My husband and I met because we partied together. We had all the same friends. We all partied. We drank every weekend, drank during the week. We drank nonstop. Like, I was always super proud, like, oh my God, I could down a 24 pack. Cool. I could drink more than all the guys. Cool. I don't get hangovers anymore. I wake up the next day and I'm good to go. Cool. No, those things are not cool, because you know what I did? I destroyed my mind. I ate away at my mind and my emotions. I ruined my physical health. I gained so much weight. All those beers are nothing but empty calories. And you know what? For what? It's not like you're eating nutritious food to fuel your body. You're just drinking liquid. It's a waste of time. So I feel like, honestly, we have distanced ourselves from some of our old friend groups, because when we would be with them, we would just party all the time. And I feel like they kind of stopped inviting us to so much stuff, because my husband actually is on this journey as well. He will still, like, at dinner for a special occasion, have a beer or two. Not me. I have been completely sober since that day. I will have like a virgin pina colada by the pool, but that's the extent of it. So when I quit drinking, when you're drinking, it's not just you drink it that night and you're done the next day. The alcohol lingers in your body. It lingers in your body for hours, for days, and affects your mental health. My mental health was out of control. My emotions were out of control. I was spiraling every day. My mental health medications could not work because they interacted with the alcohol. So all the years of putting all that medication into my body and thinking that I wasn't getting better or the medicine wasn't working, it was because of the alcohol. My psychiatrist kept telling me, like, look, you've got to stop drinking if you want these meds to work. And I didn't believe her. Didn't listen. Okay, whatever, brush it off. I'm telling you, it changed my life. Not only did my mental health get better, I have so much mental clarity now. My emotions are more regulated. I can stop and think and take a deep breath before diving off the deep end and spiraling out of control. Do I still get angry and lash out? Of course. Again, that's one of the parts of me that I'm working on learning to accept and forgive. Okay, but when I'm not drinking, my brain and my emotions work so differently. I am a new person. I am not even joking. When I had been like several months off the alcohol, I mean, my mind just started to clear up. I felt smarter. I felt better. I felt healthier. I felt happier. I felt so good. I was not so depressed and down anymore. My medications were working to help lift me up and level me out. And my world changed, honestly. Giving my meds a chance to work, it changed my life. The other thing is it didn't fix, but it affected my physical health so much. For years, I was overweight and I was steadily gaining weight. And I'm like, oh, it's because I have a thyroid issue, blah, blah, blah. My parents are overweight. I'm destined to be overweight. No. When I left high school, I was 120 pounds. Once I started drinking, I blew up crazy. And then I had 2 kids. I blew up even more. Like alcohol, the empty calories is no joke. I don't care if you're drinking wine, liquor, whatever. I've done it. I've been on the liquor diet, whatever. It doesn't work. So when I stopped drinking from the day after Thanksgiving 2023 to this morning when I weighed myself, I am down over 70 pounds. 70 pounds. My life has changed, my physical life. My joints don't ache anymore because I'm not carrying all that heavy weight around on them. You know, my knees, my hips, my back, everything used to hurt. My shoulders and my neck hurt from carrying so much weight in my stomach. I mean, my clothes size has decreased dramatically. I've dropped like 6 sizes. It's nuts. I feel so much more confident and so much more back like my old self. I feel great. I'm telling you, 70 pounds in a little over a year is no easy feat, but I really credit that to dropping the alcohol. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. The last tip that I have for you guys, please go to therapy. If you need medication, please see a psychiatrist that get medication. Don't just see your regular family doctor. Yeah, they're great. They're great for a cold, great for stomach bug, whatever, but see someone who specializes in mental health medications. If you're on mental health medications or considering starting mental health medications, do not feel ashamed. I know that for years there has been this whole stigma about mental health issues. It's going away. Trust me, it's going away. Don't let that get into your head. Trust your gut when your body's telling you that you need additional help, and don't be ashamed to go for it. I am on mental health meds. I'm on several medications. And like I said, once I quit drinking, they started working and they changed my life. They level me out and help me emotionally regulate so that the therapist that I go to and the therapy that I do can actually work. For years, I was taking these meds. They weren't working because I was drinking every day. And I was going to therapy, which honestly was a waste of time and money because I couldn't ever pull myself together to get anything from the therapy. If you are on medications, please go to therapy. Of course, you could do therapy without medication, no problem. But please, if you're on medications, partner that with therapy. I love my counselor. Since COVID, tons of groups and providers do like teletherapy. There are psychiatrists that do telehealth. It is all so accessible now. Please, please, please take advantage of this. I cannot tell you how big of an impact therapy and medication have had on me. Now, have I seen different therapists over the years? Yes, of course. I found one that I really clicked with. She is a female around my age. We have a lot in common. I love her. She's awesome. I can be honest and open with her. If you go to a therapist and you don't trust them and you don't feel like you can be honest and open with them, it's worthless. It's literally pointless. You are throwing your copay away. If you don't have insurance, there's options like BetterHelp that do, I think, like a sliding scale fee. So that's perfect. If you do have insurance, go to your insurance's website, call them, find somebody that's close to you or that does teletherapy and get signed up with them. Please, please, please do it. I go now once every 3 weeks. You can always set it up to go more if you want. There were times when I was going every week. But yes, finding a therapist that you can click with matters. Also, if you're on medication or looking to get on medication, finding a psychiatrist that you could click with is also critical. And I say this because I had been there seeing the stuffy old man in the glasses down his nose saying like, well, I got to prescribe you, blah, blah, blah. No, not cool. Like I wasn't feeling it. I didn't trust it, didn't feel comfortable with it. I happened to go, and this was with my old therapist. I called her After like a year, 2 years of not seeing her, I was having a crisis. I said, look, I have to get in to see someone immediately. This is serious. She got me in like the next day. I went to see her and she said, look, Blair, you need more help than I can provide right now. You need to see somebody that can prescribe medication. So she had actually just randomly met this psychiatric nurse practitioner. She has her doctorate. She is awesome. And she was just about to start her practice, open her practice. So she was looking for clients. So she gave me her card and she said, look, I think you should call her. She'll get you in. And so I called her. I kid you not. I had this lady's personal cell phone number. She was calling me and we were talking for hours every week. Like, she changed my life. We went through trauma and all sorts of triggers and all sorts of things. And it took a while, yes. It took several tries of a couple different medications to get me right. But with her knowledge base and me willing to be open and honest with her, she found the right combination. There's no going back. There is no going back because my life has changed. So the medication, along with my mental and physical changes and mindset shifts that I've made over the past year and a half, have completely changed my life. Like, I wish I could shout this from the rooftops. I am so passionate about it and so serious about it that I'm actually in the process of writing a whole ebook about it with all sorts of scientific studies in it, research. I am a registered nurse as well. So I love like the sciencey medical research piece of things. So I'm going to include a ton of that, but not too much that it gets boring. But I'm going to include all these 8 tips that I gave you guys, how to implement them, how they helped, and ways that you can maintain them in your daily life to change your life. Again, if you guys got something from this video, I'm so glad, so thankful for that. That is something I'm grateful for today, that I was able to record this video for you guys and post it. I truly hope that it's life-changing. I know that these 8 tips have changed my life, and I truly believe that they will change yours. If you have any comments, questions, need someone to reach out to, please comment down below. If you don't feel comfortable commenting, please DM me on Instagram at Thrive and Design VA. I'm in Virginia. So I will be glad to talk to you. I'll be glad to help you get resources, whatever I could do to help you guys. I want to help. I believe in making this world a better place. And now that I am getting better in a good place myself, I feel more able to purposefully and intentionally help others. So also, I offer a free women's group. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to pay for anything, join anything, download anything. It's literally a link to a room that I send you, a virtual room. We meet every other Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's all different kinds of women in there. It is a newly formed group. We've only met a couple times, but I really hope you guys will join us. No topic is off limits. Seriously, you can talk sex, drugs, rock and roll. I don't care. I'm here for you. They're all here from you. Let's spread the knowledge, get tips, tricks, ask questions. I may have a question that you know the answer to. Perfect. It'll align. If you join the group, I'm telling you, you will get something out of it. Because if you are watching this episode, you were meant to find this episode. You were meant to find it, and it will help you. It will change your life if you implement these practices. If you decide to take the leap and join the women's group, you were also meant for that, and that will also change your life. So if you guys want the link to the room, please DM me or comment down below and I'll send it over to you. Again, my Instagram is at Thrive and Design VA, and I will put it in the show notes. Don't miss it. Reach out to me whenever you guys need. Again, I hope you found this episode helpful. I am super passionate about helping women all over the world transform their lives. Please let me help you. Please take my advice. Please take it into consideration and watch your life change. I promise it will. Anyway, I think that about wraps it up. Please make sure that you subscribe and like this video. It helps the channel so much. And if you feel like you got something from this and know someone who may benefit, share it with them as well. I love you guys. I hope you have a great night, and it's Friday, so have a great weekend. Talk to you soon.